Hello and welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so happy to share how many ways we can make hibiscus tea from dried hibiscus flowers. So yes, a flower, the hibiscus flower. And this is what they look like. I keep mine in a jar. And originally they were in this bag, which I'm fortunate enough to live near an international market. So they had these in the store. I've seen them online many places. So once I take them out of the bag, I just put them in the jar. This is what the flowers look like when they're dry. And I will show how to make hot hibiscus tea many ways and cold, refreshing hibiscus tea, really fruity, very flavorful for the summer. So here we go. Okay, already. On y va. Zoba. Vámonos. Chelo. Hayabina. Let's go with method number one. Method number one is cold brew. Super easy, super simple. So we need three things. We need the loose flowers. These are in a container. And all of these options, this many flowers will brew that much. And here's teeny snack size bag full of flowers. Or of course, if we're home, we'd have our flowers in our jar. So number one ingredient, the hibiscus flowers. Number two, a container, little coffee travel size, big thermos, old empty water bottle. Or how about a jar? Maybe that's all we have. Fine, use the jar. And a drinking glass. Okay, so container, number two ingredient. Number three ingredient, super simple, the water, aqua, H2O. Okay, so this is cold brew, and I have many sizes and many options. It's really simple, I promise. I've gone ahead and laid out some samples, some examples of how many leaves I would use for each size. So this little guy is about a cup and a half, maybe 2 cups. And if I had 2 full leaves like this, that's how much I would put in this little size. When it gets up to here to like 32 ounce size, I would make sure I have at least 3 or 4 full leaves. I can't talk today. Little mason jar, again, that's what, maybe a cup and a half, 2 cups at the most. So I would grab this many leaves. Looks like 2 really full flowers. For this big thermos, over 32 ounces, I would use a whole pile of flowers, this many. And for this jar, same thing. I would throw in a handful of the flowers. And for a glass this size, 2 full flowers. So let me show you. And here is why cold brew is so easy. So just take the amount of flowers for the size of the container and cold water. It could be tap water if you've got good tap water, filtered water, bottled water. Put the water in, fill it up, and let it soak. So while that starts to soak, because I want to show how you can see it's starting to rehydrate the flowers, I'm coming over here. And I'm using what I usually do. I use this boring old glass Pyrex. And overnight, I put the water in right before I go to bed. And I fill this up, 2 cups. Because when I Googled it online, it says lots of health benefits. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not a doctor or an endocrinologist. But apparently it has a lot of really good health benefits. And it's supposed to be taken in moderation. So only 1 or 2 cups a day. So this is a 2 cup. So what I do is I put the flowers in there before I go to bed, put the water in there before I go to bed. And when I get up in the morning, it's nice and dark. The flowers have saturated and they're just starting to now, and it's ready to drink. And the reason I put it in this Pyrex, which is easy to pour, then when I get up in the morning, if I want it cold, ready to go, put it in a cup, or it's easy to pour and put it in a coffee cup and put it in the microwave. So here, within just seconds, it's starting to turn pink. The essence of the flowers is coming out. Water starting to hydrate, and same thing in the cup. See how the water is turning pink. And after several hours or after overnight, this is how dark and deep and rich it gets. So that was soaking all night overnight. Again, before I went to bed, And then when I woke up, it was this dark, deep red. And again, it's very fruity, almost a flower essence, right? Makes sense. It is a flower. So that's cold brew. Super easy. But it does take longer to get it deeper, darker, and richer. So cold brew, cold water, a cup to put it in, or a container to put it in, and the flowers, and you're good to go. Here we go. Method number 2, stovetop. So get your stovetop safe container, pot, whatever you can use to hold 1 or 2 cups of water. Lid helps it boil faster. And I just bring it to a gentle boil. And here's where I wanted to show the difference. See how already, because of the heat's helping break it down, the flowers, and hydrate faster. So it's much pinker faster. So it's getting saturated, the water, faster than just the cold brew. So method number 2, put it on the stovetop, obviously stovetop safe container. Boil it. I just hear the timer going. That was 2.5 minutes. Get it to a gentle boil, and then I turn it off and let it steep. Put the lid back on and let it steep until the desired color. So here we go. Finished product. Method number 2, stovetop. Remember, I took 2.5 minutes to bring it to a boil, turned it off, let it sit there for another 3 minutes. So this is how deep and dark it's come in. Total 5 minutes in here, right? But once you got it to brew, 3. Look at that, steaming hot. Oh, wow. It smells so good. There's the steam. Very dark, very rich. Smells great. So that's method number 2, stovetop. Here we go to method number 3. So here we go. Method number 3 is take microwave safe glass, and I'm using 2 cups. And I did pre-soak these for just 2 minutes. The flowers have been in there. The water's starting to turn pink. So this is, again, Pyrex microwave safe glass. And it goes in the microwave for 3 minutes in my microwave till, again, it just gets to a gentle boil. So here we go for 3 minutes. And here we go, out of the microwave for method number 3. So see the steam? Again, I brought it to just a gentle boil, just to boiling, okay? So I didn't let it sit in there for 2 minutes and boil. When I saw it start to boil, then I brought it out and I let it sit for 2 minutes. And look how dark, deep red, and it's still steaming hot even after sitting here for 2 minutes. So this is how rich and dark and deep it gets, and still very hot. And don't drink those flowers. And yep, I'm making a mess. We'll have to take the flowers out with some tongs. But wow, beautiful, steaming hot, very rich. And for the 4th and final method. And for the 4th and final, I'm sure all the people all across the UK, especially England, have been yelling at me, why don't you just use the kettle, love? Well, I am. I'm saving the best for last, right? So good old rusty trusty kettle, bring it to a boil. I put 1 big flower in a hot coffee mug and brought the kettle to boiling. Pour it in. Now the downside to this is it will have to sit and steep. So it's starting already. Give this a good 5 minutes. You might need to warm it up again. And you will have a really nice cup of hibiscus tea. So after 3 minutes of sitting and steeping, the kettle boiled method is about as dark as the microwave and the stovetop. And what goes perfect with scrumptious hibiscus tea? Homemade gluten-free pancakes, of course. And I will put a link here. When I make these, I've made them obviously a dozen times. I just need to film it and share it. These are scrumptious. These have chocolate chips in them. So enjoy your hibiscus tea. I'll get to the gluten-free pancakes, and I hope you all have a great day. Thanks for watching.